Hello everyone, and welcome to a special edition of This is Portsmouth.
That's right. Today we're diving into the vibrant tapestry of cultures right here in Portsmouth as part of the Global Week festivities. I am Alfia.
I'm Juliet, and this is the Global Week special of
This is Portsmouth. A great show today. I don't want to spoil it, but you are in for great guests and fabulous surprises. So, welcome to the incredible people watching at home.
Before jumping into the festivities, let's talk about what Global Week is all about. The main program can be seen at www.port.ac.uk/globalweek. It's a time when we come together to celebrate our beautiful cultural diversity, understanding and unity.
Absolutely. And joining us today are special guests who have been instrumental in organizing this incredible event. Please welcome our very own Head of Student Life, Vaernes, and medalist of the Order of the British Empire, Hayley Wheeler.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Enjoying Global Week so far? Yeah.
So far, so good.
So far, you ladies look absolutely fabulous today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very strong earring game over there.
Yeah. Thank you. Anna, Hayley, it's fantastic to have you here. Can you give us a brief overview of what we can expect during Global Week?
Global Week is a week-long program of events. There's something for everyone. There's things that are in person, there's things that are online, and we've got festivals, celebrations, dances, food events, public lectures, film screenings.
Yep.
Well,
so many things. Swap shop we've had today.
Yeah.
So many different things on offer.
Something for everyone.
Do check out the programme.
Yeah.
Right. So where did the idea of Global Week come from?
So the idea of Global Week came from back in probably 2015, 2016. We used to run an event called Festival of Cultures, which is now the flagship event for Global Week, or during Global Week. And Festival of Cultures was a one-day event, or a couple of hours really, celebrating cultural diversity at the university. So our students would have a stand, they would showcase their cultures, and it was a really, really fun event. So Global Week came from that. It's like, what more can we do to showcase and celebrate the diversity that we have on campus and now within our community as well. We're an educational institution, so we want to, again, educate people and help people learn about what different cultures are. That's where Global Week came from.
Great. That sounds great, Anna. So why would you say the Global Week is important?
So Global Week is important because we do have such a fantastically diverse both student body and staff body at the University of Portsmouth. And we have students from over 150 different countries. We have, incredibly diverse home student population as well, and our staff population. And of course, we live in Portsmouth, which is a really, really diverse city.
For sure.
Being a naval city, the diversity in Portsmouth is fantastic. Portsmouth is also, the university is also a city university, so we're all mixed in together. And we want everyone to integrate and appreciate and understand each other's cultures. So that's why it's important that we celebrate and showcase that and educate each other.
True. So what are your favourite parts of Global Week?
So for me, it's seeing the students especially come and show off so proudly their different cultures. And more so now that we're reaching out into the community and getting the community involved, seeing them come in and enjoy this part of it and learning about the different cultures as well. It's quite a special thing really. And especially Anna mentioned the flagship event which happens on a Thursday evening when the students come and will perform maybe dance, poetry, singing, playing musical instruments, and that is wonderful for us to see all the different talents that they have from home.
Yeah. The energy is just amazing. The energy and the passion is just really lovely. That's my favourite.
It's the highlight of the year for us, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
So how can people get involved?
So check out the programme, port.ac.uk/Global Week. There's a lot still happening. We have an event this afternoon at 5:30 for Ramadan, the iftar. So that's breaking the fast. We have quite a few people signed up already, but it's open to everyone. It's an open event, so it's open iftar. Even if you're not taking part in the fasting, do come along. If you're curious to know a bit about the culture and things like that, you want to meet people, students and people in the community, everybody's welcome to break fast at 5:30 in our chaplaincy. That's happening this afternoon. And then we have the Festival of Cultures tomorrow, so that is in Ravelin Sports, where there'll be lots of stalls representing different countries. Oh, and we've got some language tasters still going on Sunday. Cornish, Welsh. So it's all available to sign up for free online.
The whole programme is free for everyone. So.
Perfect. Thank you both for joining us and for your hard work in organising such an important event. We students really, really look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. It's really nice to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So one event still to come is a puppet workshop with our very own Dr. Matt Smith.
Hello, my name is Rafid Mohammod. I'm here with Dr. Matt Smith, and what have you got with you today, Dr. Matt?
So this is Humphrey. This is Humphrey, my puppet and friend and colleague. I'm here because of Global Week, and I'm doing a puppet workshop this Thursday at 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock, and we're going to do the workshop here in our White Swan studios. It's open for anybody to come to. It's specifically for adults because lots of adults are getting more and more interested in puppet shows. Shows like Life of Pi, War Horse, in this country now have changed the landscape of puppetry. They've changed, it's now a mainstream art form in this country. My full job title, which is quite long, is Reader in Applied Theatre and Puppetry. So applied theatre is taking theatre out of the university and into the community. So every year I'm encouraging students to do workshops, work with community groups, do work in the community. Puppetry is a global practice. Puppetry is a huge art form in places like Ukraine and the east of Europe, but puppetry's roots are really not in Europe. There's kind of like in other countries around the world and other sort of bits of the world, in Asia in particular, that's where you find some of the oldest and greatest traditions of puppetry.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. I'm still working with colleagues in the Ukraine. So in Odessa, there's a puppet theatre in Odessa that's been there since 1932. They're still performing.
That's brilliant.
It's amazing. And you know, the country's at war, but puppet theatre is really strong in that country. It's a really hopeful story. And even when the bombs are dropping and they have to go down to shelters, a lot of puppeteers are going down with the puppets and carrying on making puppet shows for children who are traumatised by the war. So it's an amazing thing when I discovered that, in terms of working with colleagues in the Ukraine, having the opportunity to talk to them about the way they work. These puppets behind us are all from a show that is a current show that I'm doing with a colleague in illustration called Ritah. Humphrey is animated simply almost like a doll, so he can move around, he can take focus. Jack, the sailor, and as you can see, is quite rough around the edges, you know what I mean? And
He's seen some things.
yeah, and through the whole show that he's in, he's drunk. You're not always sure whether what he's saying is the truth or not, because he's a puppet.
I think we can all relate with.
And this cat is a demonic cat. Ritah designed this head, and then I made the really scruffy, odd body. And the point with puppets, if there's any point that I would stress about how you make them, is they need to be able to move.
Oh, okay.
Got that rat. Again, same thing, 3D printed head and scrappy kind of like body. We've now got one of our graduates working in one of the West End shows as well, which is great. So we've got a student who's in Madagascar, the musical.
That's brilliant.
And he's loving it, and he's really, really happy because he got to learn a bit of puppetry skills working with me before he was a graduate, and then he was a few years, did a bit more training, and then he's now full-time working in the West End, which is a dream of a lot of our students and a lot of people really. So, and he's doing it by being a puppeteer. Yeah.
So what are you expecting from this workshop this Thursday?
The key thing with the workshop is just to come and have fun and enjoy it. We'll make some puppets, we'll work with puppets, we'll move puppets in terms of how we can animate them, how we can bring them to life simply, and they can tell stories. And we'll just do some very, very simple little basic introductions into how to use puppets. Because a lot of my work when I'm doing puppetry is not so much about how you make them, it's sometimes about how you animate them and how you just sensitively bring that thing to life, and it kind of has a presence beyond us. And that's the sort of thing I'll be training or working with the workshop participants in. But they don't need to worry too much. It's not going to be like, really that full on in terms of where we can take it. It's just an introductory workshop, but everyone will leave hopefully with a puppet that they've made.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matt Smith, and it's been a brilliant time with you. I really hope everyone's going to enjoy your workshop this Thursday, and I'll be personally there, hopefully. And see you all back at the studio. Thank you very much for your time.
If you'd like to try your hand at puppetry, Matt's puppetry workshop for adults is tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Now, let's take a moment to recap some of the highlights from Global Week so far.
We've had a few things. We've had language and culture tasting sessions, walks on the beach with chips. Okay. Joining us next is Dr. Rebecca Janicker, who's been actively involved in Global Week. Welcome, Rebecca.
Hello, thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Excited to be here.
Great to have you here. So please, can you tell us what your involvement with Global Week has been so far?
Well, I am going to be taking part in a round table which will be online towards the end of the week. So I've been organising that and speaking with colleagues who are based in Norway. So we're going to be talking about horror film and film festivals. People from Portsmouth and people from NTNU in Trondheim.
All right, great. So how would you say the relationship between University of Portsmouth, NTNU and the Ramos Creek come about?
Right, well there was an exciting opportunity to work on student exchange. So some colleagues and I went over to Trondheim about a year ago, and when we met, we realised we had lots of interests in common. We were interested in film media, that's my subject area, and we were asked to go back to participate in a film festival event, a horror film festival, as you say, Ramos Creek, which takes place appropriately in the autumn, because that's the spooky time of year. So we went along to kind of find out more about that. We got the chance to be at the festival and really to think about all the exciting things that festivals can mean for scholars, students and fans, particularly in that case of horror.
Great. So according to your perspective, why would you say film festivals are important?
Yeah, I think festivals are important because they provide great opportunities and they're all about getting people together. So I teach film and I study film, and I talk to students who are big fans of films and also people who are involved in making films, and so festivals are this great chance for people to share what they've made, an opportunity to showcase films, their first screening. Often it's a big chance to find out how audiences react to a film, and for people that are going to the festivals it means that opportunity to try new things, and especially in a global context. When I was at the festival back in October time, there were films from all around the world, so films from Norway, films from Spain, English language films, and people from all around the world kind of come to these things and get excited to talk to other fans and filmmakers.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I would love to go to one of those. Wouldn't you, Alfia?
Yeah, for sure. So, according to you, what is the appeal of the horror genre?
Yeah, good question. I mean, horror is my research interest, and it's something that I've taught for a good few years. I think horror is really interesting. It gets quite a big response from people. So sometimes people say, oh, I love that kind of thing, and others say, oh, I don't like it, but you get talking to them, and some things people like more than others. Some people kind of are okay with monsters, and other people find ghosts a bit unsettling. And you go to a festival like that, and it's interesting to see the different things that people are watching. And especially when you get films from all around the world, you get a chance to experience these different sorts of things. And that's really intriguing. I think most people have a kind of emotional connection with that genre, and it's fun to talk to people about it.
Sure. So why do people go to horror film festivals?
I think that one of the most important things about horror is its communal aspect. So lots of people will grow up thinking and talking about spooky stories, and then I often find talking to people that, they might go to the cinema to see horror films, and often they'll go, with their mates, and I'll talk to students, and they'll say, yeah, I go with my friends. And if you go to see a screening of something, whether it's at a festival or your cinema, or even just around your own home, when you've got a lot of people all kind of gathered round together, you can feel that atmosphere. People will react to things, there'll be, squeaking and jumping and all that kind of thing for, the different experiences that horror offers. And then, of course, festivals offer that chance for other things like talks and, meet directors and so on afterwards.
That's true. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for sharing your insights with us today. It was lovely having you here.
Absolutely lovely meeting you. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a look at some of the global placements our students have been involved in.
My name is Ruben Balia. I'm originally from Portugal, Portuguese parents, and I studied creative media technologies.
My name is Thomas. I study film production at University of Portsmouth, and I'm from Watford.
My name is Elizabeth Ajayi, and I was born in Italy, and I study architecture at the University of Portsmouth.
So I work for Vaernes West Coast. They run train services across the West Coast main line. What I do specifically, I work within the direct retailing team. So basically the whole team itself takes charge of ticket vending machines, the website and the mobile app that we have on both Android and iOS.
So I work in the US sales team. I work in the editing side, so I work with the video content expert who kind of oversees what I edit in a day.
Creative Careers gave me a lot of support, looking at my CV, giving me advice. Creative Careers really guide you. They sort of give you suggestions of how you can improve your CV and your cover letter as well.
The Creative Careers department supported me throughout this placement finding process. I work for the House of Commons, and specifically I work within the project delivery team. My role as a student project leader involves assisting my team with procuring bits of software that they may need, collating presentations, which has been really exciting.
It gives you the time to understand what you really want with a career, and having this extra year or this extra time can definitely either cement passions that you already have for a certain part of your studies.
A lot of my tutors and lecturers helped me in terms of my CV, and not only that but motivation. The placement application process can be quite lengthy, and when you start getting some rejections, because it is a really competitive market, they help you with motivation and they push you to keep going, and they really just help you push through.
At first it's quite a jump because you're a bit of a stranger, but myself I really enjoyed it. I like travelling. It felt quite natural, something I was more excited to come.
I'm 100% satisfied that I've gone onto a placement year, as it has met all of my expectations. I've been able to prepare myself for the last year of my degree while also collecting so many useful experiences that I would have never had if I didn't go onto placement.
There's so many benefits to doing a placement. It builds your confidence, it builds your skills, it builds your knowledge on what you want to do, and it helps you sort of discover yourself.
It's incredible to see our students making a difference on a global scale.
And there's still so much more to come. Tomorrow, we have the special performance showcase in the Students' Union. We sent Rafid Mohammod back to the White Swan to meet Ritah Namaganda, who will be one of the performers.
We are very lucky to have Ritah with us in the studio today. Ritah's a dance instructor and student here at the University of Portsmouth, and she's performing in the Global Week showcase tomorrow in the evening. So Ritah, how long have you been dancing?
Since I was 13. Yeah. I was 13, and then we had a birthday party. My aunt said, "Oh, you can actually dance," and it never left me.
Oh, that's brilliant, that's brilliant. So
Yeah.
Global Week is more of a celebration of culture. So do you believe, or how do you believe that dancing connects you to culture or your students to the culture?
Dancing is a way I express myself. When I'm sad, I dance to be happy. Even when I'm happy, I just dance to continue being happy. It's a very it's a thing that's rooted within our culture, especially where I come from Uganda. We use dance, we have a dance for weddings, we have a dance for funerals, we have a dance for courtship and everything. So when I'm in Portsmouth, equally I try to pass that along to the people in my society, and they are very receptive of that as well. And one of the things we use it for is to connect our cultures with different cultures, because when you understand other people and where they come from, you become a global citizen, and it also creates harmonious living, so to speak. So one of the things that we are really proud of that we've done is collaborated with Mary Rose Academy, which is a school that takes care of children who need more medical attention, and they don't have the opportunity to go and see live performances or even participate in the creative arts, performing arts, that so to speak. So we put on a show for them on their mother language day, and showed them a few dances from South Africa, and showed them how we use it to communicate and connect with people. They were really inspired by it. This one child, he didn't really know what we were doing, but he saw us dancing, and then he started replicating the same movement. It was so heartwarming. And then thereafter, they went ahead and participated in Dance Live, which is an annual showcase that happens at the Guildhall office. But and they sent us. I should have shown you. We have pictures. They made customized cards for us to say thank you for sharing our culture with them. That was really nice. So in the same spirit, I hope that's what people see when they come to watch the performances at Global Week.
It's really great to be joined today by three of Ritah's foundation dance students from the Afrofusion Society of the University. She is going to take them through some dance routines. So let us welcome Mel, Eri and Lynn.
Jeje vinyelo, mekapu enamo, negba nyocha nyeji, negba blecha nyeji, negba nyocha nyeji la.
You more think for yourself, make you learn from your friends. Mango survive.
You see how similar the music is?
Everybody be expect.
Forward.
Sabi everything. Okada driver be expect. Now him sabi. Where you day, where you day, where you day, where you day, where you go. Where you go. Unemployment. Yeah. When money no dey, money pocket oh. The woman self believe am oh. The woman self no respect am oh. Aye.
So you all have a chance to see Ritah and many others performing from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. tomorrow night at the third space in the Students' Union. And there is no need to book.
A big thank you to everyone who's been involved in making Global Week such a success.
Our special thanks to our guests, today's show, Vaernes and Hayley Wheeler,
Dr. Matt Smith and Humphrey,
Rebecca Janicker, and Ritah Namaganda.
Thank you for joining us today on this extraordinary journey through Global Week. Remember, the main program can be seen at www.port.ac.uk/Global Week. Thank you all for watching. Take care and embrace the diversity around you.
Goodbye.